Their goal? To create a platform where their economic interests and priorities could take center stage, rather than being overshadowed by the traditional powers of the West. By working together, they hope to foster cooperation, boost trade, and drive development on their own terms. This alliance began as BRIC, an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, and China, 4 countries with rapidly growing economies and significant influence in their regions. The idea was simple. By joining forces, they could better navigate the complexities of the global economy and advocate for reforms in international institutions. In 2010, South Africa was invited to join, recognizing its importance as Africa's most industrialized nation. With South Africa's addition, the group became known as BRICS, symbolizing a broader coalition that spanned 4 continents. The group's ambitions didn't stop there. At a landmark summit in Kazan, Russia, in 2024, BRICS opened its doors to new members, welcoming Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates. This expansion marked a turning point, signaling BRICS's intention to become a truly global force. By January 2025, Indonesia, a nation with a massive population and a rapidly growing economy, joined the ranks. With this, BRICS transformed into BRICS Plus, a new era for the group, now representing an even larger share of the world's people and resources. Today, the expanded BRICS plus Bloc accounts for about 45% of the global population, making it one of the most demographically significant alliances on the planet. Its member countries are home to bustling cities, diverse cultures, and a young, ambitious workforce. Economically, BRICS plus nations now generate over 35% of the world's total economic output. Their combined markets, industries, and resources make them a formidable player in global trade, investment, and innovation. This expansion isn't just about numbers, it's about building a powerful bloc that can offer a genuine alternative to the Western-led global order. BRICS Plus aims to challenge existing power structures and create a more balanced, multipolar world. To achieve this, BRICS members have established their own institutions. The New Development Bank, for example, funds infrastructure and development projects across member countries, providing an alternative to the World Bank and IMF, and giving these nations more control over their economic destinies. Another key initiative is the Contingent Reserve Arrangement, which acts as a financial safety net, helping members weather economic crises without relying on Western-dominated financial systems. Through these actions, BRICS Plus demonstrates its commitment to building a new system, one where emerging economies have a stronger voice, more autonomy, and greater influence over their own futures. As BRICS Plus continues to grow and evolve, it's reshaping the landscape of global affairs, ensuring its members have a greater say in how the world is run and what the future will look like. For decades, Turkey has looked westward, aspiring to become a full member of the European Union. This ambition has shaped much of its modern foreign policy, driving reforms and fueling public debate about Turkey's place in the world. The dream of joining the EU has been a powerful motivator for Turkish leaders and citizens alike, symbolizing hopes for economic prosperity, democratic progress, and a stronger international voice. In 1999, after years of anticipation and negotiation, Turkey was officially recognized as a candidate for EU membership. This milestone was celebrated as a turning point, raising expectations that Turkey would soon join the ranks of European nations. However, the journey since then has been anything but smooth. Despite significant efforts to align Turkish laws and institutions with European standards, the membership talks have repeatedly stalled. Each round of negotiations has brought new challenges, and the lack of progress has led to growing frustration and disappointment on both sides. Key obstacles have included ongoing concerns over Turkey's human rights record, freedom of the press, and the independence of its judiciary. Cultural differences and political disagreements have also played a role, making it difficult to bridge the gap between Turkey and the EU. These issues have often dominated headlines and fueled debates within both Turkey and Europe. As a result of these persistent challenges, Turkey has started to look beyond Europe for new opportunities. In recent years, Turkish leaders have sought to diversify the country's alliances, with the BRICS group, comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, emerging as an increasingly attractive alternative. In 2025, Turkey took a bold step by expressing formal interest in joining BRICS. This move was seen as a strategic effort to expand Turkey's economic and political partnerships, and to reduce its dependence on any single bloc or alliance. By seeking closer ties with BRICS, Turkey is signaling a significant shift in its foreign policy. The government has emphasized the importance of strategic autonomy, aiming to strengthen Turkey's position on the global stage and ensure it can pursue its own interests in a rapidly changing world. Engaging with BRICS sends a clear message to the West. Turkey is not limited to traditional alliances and is willing to build relationships with other major powers. This approach is designed to maximize Turkey's influence and create new opportunities for trade, investment, and cooperation. Ultimately, Turkey's evolving strategy is not about turning its back on the West, but about ensuring it has a seat at multiple tables. By broadening its diplomatic horizons, Turkey hopes to gain greater flexibility, resilience, and influence in an increasingly complex international environment. BRICS aims to reshape the global financial system, reducing dependency on the US dollar. They promote using local currencies in trade, a process known as de-dollarization. The new development bank is issuing loans in local currencies, moving towards a multipolar financial world. Beyond economics, BRICS provides a political platform for the global South, giving them a collective voice. They push for reforms in international institutions to reflect new economic realities. BRICS seeks a multipolar world order, sharing power among major global players. They aim to create a world where different political systems coexist, respecting their interests. Around the world, a growing number of countries are eager to join BRICS, each driven by a unique blend of motivations and aspirations. The BRICS bloc, originally made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has become a symbol of opportunity and a platform for nations seeking alternatives to traditional global power structures. Economically, BRICS membership opens doors to vast new markets, increased trade, and access to development funding that often comes without the strict political or economic conditions imposed by Western institutions. For many developing nations, this means a chance to accelerate growth, attract foreign investment, and participate in major infrastructure projects that can transform their economies. Politically, joining BRICS offers countries greater strategic autonomy. It allows them to balance relationships with both Western and Eastern powers, reducing dependence on any single bloc. This flexibility is especially valuable in a world where geopolitical tensions are rising and alliances are constantly shifting. For Turkey, BRICS represents a pathway to boost its economy, expand its influence, and reinforce its vision of an independent foreign policy. By engaging with BRICS, Turkey hopes to diversify its partnerships, strengthen its role as a regional power, and gain more leverage in international negotiations. For countries like Iran and Russia, BRICS is a vital counterweight to Western sanctions and economic pressure. It provides a platform to collaborate on trade, finance, and technology outside the reach of Western restrictions. Meanwhile, energy-rich nations such as the UAE see BRICS as a way to diversify their economies, reduce reliance on oil, and invest in new sectors for long-term stability. In Africa, countries like Egypt and Ethiopia are drawn to BRICS by the promise of a stronger voice in global affairs and access to new sources of investment. They seek to shape international policies that better reflect their interests and to secure funding for development projects that can uplift millions. While each nation's reasons for seeking BRICS membership may differ, they all share a common goal: to help build a more balanced and multipolar world, where their influence and aspirations are recognized and respected on the global stage. Turkey's potential BRICS membership concerns European capitals, questioning Western alliances. A NATO member joining a bloc with Russia and China is unsettling for Europe. The EU sees BRICS as a competitor challenging the international order it helped build. Turkey's move forces the EU to confront its policies, especially leaving Turkey waiting for so long. The EU focuses on strengthening its position, boosting internal competitiveness, and reducing dependencies. While formal engagement with BRICS is unlikely, the EU must acknowledge a new multipolar world. Turkey's potential membership sharpens this dilemma, highlighting the complexity of global alliances. Turkey's interest in BRICS is part of a global realignment amid rising US-China tensions. US policies have pushed countries closer to BRICS, seeking alternative financial systems. Russia's role in BRICS has grown, aiming to build a coalition resisting US pressure. This geopolitical landscape offers risks and opportunities for Turkey. Engaging with BRICS allows Turkey to leverage tensions for concessions from the West. However, it risks alienating Western partners and being drawn into conflicts. Turkey's potential pivot signals a shift from Cold War lines to a fluid global order. Turkey joining BRICS would have immense geopolitical consequences. It would challenge Western diplomacy and question NATO's cohesion. Turkey's membership would legitimize BRICS, attracting other middle powers. This could accelerate a multipolar world, with fluid coalitions based on interests. For Turkey, joining BRICS marks its quest for strategic autonomy. It opens economic opportunities but risks conflicts with Western allies. Turkey's move is a powerful indicator of a changing world order, seeking a more inclusive and balanced system.